Hello, everyone. Yes, once again, I thought of sharing my feelings with you, and the reason I thought this was because I had a couple of blogs which I wrote, and I had some responses to it. So, the fact that the entire world is moved now, and people are fearing there's a loss of life, there's loss of finances, there is a kind of a socio-economic disruption. There are a lot of communal rights. It's always there, but now it's more on a hype. You see across the world, you see what happened in America, or what's happening in other parts of the world, including India, on racism, communalism. And this all is happening when we are in the middle and the midst of a global pandemic, where life itself is looking for sustenance. But the bigger question here is that if people have taken the existence for granted, which is not at all a good sign, because if you don't take this seriously, the human race probably might be moving towards its extinction, and which is not the right thing to do. One has to be very careful and sensitive enough one's own existence as well as the others' existence, as the existence of the entire universe, which is the entire biosphere, because we are spiritual beings in human form. Physically, we are having a existence which is manifested in genetic coding, and in the deep background, our existence is is one, which is consciousness, which is manifested in different and numerous minds, emotions, fictional characters, and these fictional characters make up their own stories, and they start playing with another tool, which is taking you away from existence, which is the rational ego mind. The end of the day, one has to understand, let not nature take this call, saying that when universe comes to a conclusion and says that it's a good experiment we did with the human race, but finally it failed, which is not at all the right thing. But this is the right time to stand up and be sensitive, and first needs to be sensitive and understand yourself. Who am I? What's my purpose? What am I grateful for? And what am I going to be doing good in this lifetime, which creates a difference to the entire biosphere, and as well as to the life around where you are living. My mother was in the hospital before she died. She suffered cancer, and in the oncology ward, I used to, probably in the last few days, at least for a month, I lived with her in the oncology ward, and of course, the people around her were also suffering with the same ailment, which were very close to death, and it's the upsurging cancer, which was on the last stage. And when witnessed a couple of deaths every day, and I can testify that because I witnessed them all by myself, wherein the person was aware of the fact that the death is imminent, and it's just about to come. So first there is few things happens in that. So first there is the person feels victimized. Why me? Second, there is denial. It can't happen. Third, there is aggression because you're not able to help it. It's helplessness, state of helplessness. Fourth, there is resignation because nothing can be done about it, and it's going to happen. And fifth, in some people, there is acceptance. And after this acceptance, when I saw on the faces of those people was peace. Now, if you take this for granted, that the existence itself is not what is your birthright, it's been extended to you by the universe for a purpose, then I think we'll behave as a human race more maturely. The fact that we've taken existence for granted, we feel uncomfortable in the present situation. And on top of it, because of people being prisoners of their thought and the tool in the hands of the ego rational mind, behave erratically, resulting into communal violences. I think it's the right time. One needs to reflect, introspect, and answer this question: who am I? The day you get the answer to this question, everything else will fall in its place. But more than that, it's important to go and introspect and retrospect and create a healthy and a better world to live. Because if you live your life with four basic emotions, which is love here means more than a sentiment or an emotion, which is unconditional, wants nothing in return. Compassion, you've got you've got concern for yourself as well as for other people. You respect your emotions and other people's emotions as well. Third, equanimity. No matter what state of life you experience, you have a state of calmness and reflection along with it. And fourth, lightness of being. No matter who you are, how big you are in terms of materialistic value, end of the day, you are a being. So, it's lightness of being. You just be being. And when you have your inner voice telling and guiding you, and you use that inner voice to do your day to day karmic episodes, you make a blissful ethos and a better world to live. So, if a personal transformation happens at your level, it'll spread to other levels, and we have a better world to live. And even if 2% of the people, I would say, not much, even if 2% of the people in this entire world takes this shift inwards, you'll see humongous and a significant difference across the world. Human species are the most magnificent experiment of the universe. Let's universe feel proud of it. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.